Guys, she spent years, literal years, making content, doing stuff she doesn't even like and doesn't even use. And she did it in the name of influencing and making money. You spent years trying to convince people that this is your reality. You put so much time and effort into making this appear like your real life. And then you tell people, oh, you couldn't tell them that it wasn't real. What do you mean? What do you mean? Hey y'all, welcome in or welcome back to the channel and welcome to a new video. I had another video planned for today, but something happened yesterday that made me push that to make room for this. And we're talking about something that happened on TikTok, about a really large TikTok influencer who admitted to creating a false reality. This blew my mind a little bit. Not in the sense that I don't think that people do this, because I've been speculating on this channel for some time that influencers do this, but we have an influencer who made a video being like, yeah, this really wasn't real. Sorry. No, not even a sorry. Not even a sorry. So I want to tell you about what happened so we can talk about it, because this is about a restock influencer. And it's both like somewhat about the influencer, but more about getting confirmation that influencers construct realities and narratives that are not real. That's what this is ultimately about. So let's talk about what happened first so we can chat about the implications. The creator in question that we're going to talk about is Kaylee May, and she has 14.5 million followers on TikTok. And she gained a lot of those followers over 2022 and 2023, making restock content. Her most popular videos on her channel are restock videos. You're going to see a little, maybe I should move over. You're going to see here some of her popular videos, and I'm going to play one later so you get an idea of the kind of content that she was making. But if you've been here before or you've seen a restock video before, you know the restock video. The fridge restock. Most specifically what she's famous for are the ice restocks. She has tons and tons of ice restock videos. Her top performing video of all time is an ice restock video, and she built her community and her content around these restocks. Among the videos that have over 1 million views, the largest portion are ice restocks. I'm going to play you an example of this in just a moment, but I just want to get to the crux of this story. And I've featured her videos on this channel before and her restocks on this channel before. And she's very popular, so there's a good chance that you know her. Yesterday, she posted a video. The caption says, "Had to get this off my chest if we really going out. Caps, ha 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 ha, I'm sorry." I guess we did get some kind of sorry, but if you preface your sorry with ha ha ha, that was obnoxious. If you preface your story with ha ha ha, is it really a sorry? I'm gonna play the video for you so you can see it, but I don't think I can use the original audio because I think it's gonna be copyrighted. The original audio is Peter Griffin from Family Guy. Like, it's from an episode where he's saying, you know, if we're all really going to die, I want to admit one last secret to you. I didn't like The Godfather. There's text on the screen as well, which we'll see. I'm just probably going to leave it silent as we watch. It's not that long.
We're all going to die. There's one more secret I feel I have to share with you. I did not care for The Godfather.
What?
Did not care for The Godfather.
How can you even say that, Dad?
Didn't like it.
The woman who made her community on the backs of the ice restocks didn't use the ice in the ice restocks, and she does not actually like ice in her drinks. She talks more about this in the comments, that she doesn't like ice in the drinks, and we are going to get to the comments in a second because it illuminates more about her perspective on this, and there's some gaslighting going on there. I don't think you understand just how much of her content are restocks and ice restocks. Let me just play you her top performing video so you can see it. There we have it, 100 million views. As I mentioned, she has dozens and dozens of videos like this, and this would be less of a big deal, but still a bit of a problem if she was just making this for content's sake. But a lot of her videos, including her ice videos, and you're going to see an example of this on the screen now, were made so she could sell you the ice molds in her Amazon storefront. The video that's playing on the screen is her making the ice and saying that majority of her ice molds are on sale for Prime Day and they're still available. So she's making the ice content to get you to buy it. Guys, she spent years, literal years, making content, doing stuff she doesn't even like and doesn't even use, and she did it in the name of influencing and making money. This is saying the quiet part out loud in this was wholly unnecessary. She didn't need to say it. Like, she really didn't need to say it. And I guess perhaps maybe I'm glad that she said it. Maybe you're glad that she said it. I think this video was made because, you know, this idea that if TikTok is actually leaving, then she has nothing really left to lose. And also, if TikTok is leaving, there is a bit of a last hurrah in terms of monetizing content. This video, I watched it yesterday for the first time, and it had 4 million views around 2 o'clock on Friday. Today is Saturday morning, 9:30 a.m., and there's 9.8 million views, 9.2, something like that. This is the last, to me, it feels like get me something clickbaity, get me something explosive, get me my money while I still can. The whole language about this is it's weighing on my shoulders, and she's kind of thinking about herself and not her audience. Not about misleading her audience and creating realities that are not fake or not real, which we're going to spend the rest of the video talking about later. It's just like a haha big joke and no real, like, there's no thinking about the audience and how she impacted her audience or how she currently impacts her audience with her content. To me, this is so manipulative. Like, not the apology. I mean, that is a bit manipulative, but to me, making content that isn't real, intentionally making content that isn't real, knowing that you aren't showing reality, that's manipulative. And then to treat it all as a big joke. We're going to go into the comments now so we can broaden the discussion a little bit. Somebody says, but why did they need restocking? 1,000 likes. Because the money kept restocking when restocking the ice cubes. Crying emoji. The person responds, I feel bare silly, man. I was sad for every video. No, loved the ice restock videos regardless. You made me think I didn't have enough ice options. Someone says, all the effort for what? Somebody else responds, a paycheck. People respond to that, valid. Someone else says, you're telling me you didn't eat ice cubes with flowers and fruits in them? The creator, Kaylee, responds with captions, shocker, right? Ha 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 ha. Someone else says, if TikTok doesn't get banned, please make an ice restock video. She says, wait, yes, ha ha ha. That's the video. Somebody else, that's the video that got me to follow you. I respect the hustle, but now I feel sane for thinking that's an unnecessary amount of ice cubes. Oh, another creator. Ha ha ha. Oh my God, this may also be my biggest secret. Oh my God, Kayla Gresh. Holy fuck. Ha ha ha, you're not the only one. Kayla Gresh, oh my God, Kayla Gresh has 1.1 million views. I pre-prepared for this video, but I didn't read all the comments. Kayla Gresh is also a really big influencer that we follow, I've made content on. Most recently, I think, is the giant ice Christmas tree. Is this her? I've shown her restocks on here a bunch of times. No, it does not appear that the giant iced coffee Christmas tree thing is from her. Yeah, so either way, she's not the only one, which is my entire point. All of these influencers are laughing like it's a big joke, and they're all saying that they don't use the ice. Like, in her comments, she was saying that they were used, just not by her. And this is the case of nobody would actually be using this ice if she never made it. People are consuming it. People will come over, whatever, because it is there. Also, people in the comments are like, it doesn't even matter if she wasted it. Like, it's not a big deal. It's just ice. No, It's not just ice, which is the entire point of this video. It's not just ice. It is using the ice to sell you shit you don't need and constructing false reality so you want it. Her responses are gaslighting as hell. Like the one where she says, oh, people expected her to drink all the ice with the flowers and shit in it. And she's like, haha, shocker, right? You spent years trying to convince people that this is your reality. You put so much time and effort into making this appear like your real life. And then you tell people, oh, you couldn't tell them that it wasn't real. What do you mean? What do you mean? This is apparently a TikTok trend of influencers revealing their secrets as, TikTok is getting banned. And people are living for it because they're hearing all the stuff that they probably shouldn't hear. And stuff that probably wouldn't get voiced if it wasn't for TikTok getting banned. It's shocking to me that she can openly admit to manipulating her audience and constructing the false reality. Take a shot of water every time I say constructing a false reality. She admits to that, nothing happens to her. It's like, yeah, that's cool. Let's talk about the implications of this. It's the impact on the audience that is why I have no chill. And people who are fanning the flames of overconsumption and are doing it with no remorse. I have said 4 months on this channel, and I'm going to show you a clip of me back in the summer talking about this in just a minute. But I've talked 4 months about how influencers will aestheticize their lives to sell us stuff. And so we view their lives as aspirational. So we buy things in order for our lives to look like theirs. If she makes her life look aesthetic and cute, not only will we watch her videos, but we'll want our lives to look like hers. And I've said a dozen or so times on this channel that influencers are creating lives that don't actually exist. They're curating fictions, and they do it because it's their job. And because they view what they're doing as a job, even though to us, they look like real people. I think in a recent video, I said that they're people disguised as businesses or businesses disguised as people. She is a business disguised as a person. And that's why she's doing things specifically to make money, which is not surprising for a business, but she gets to look like a person on the outside and gets to develop parasocial relationships with their audience. Let me now hand it back in time to about June last year, where Shauna of the past was talking about restocks for the first time, and my previous self was talking about ice restocks. We're going to talk about the job aspect of this in that clip and potentially the aestheticization. The clip that I'm speaking about is not actually Kaylee May, but I used an ice restocking video in order to make a commentary about ice restocks generally. So let's watch. Consuming ice, which is such a wild thing for me to say. Nobody needs this many ice molds. In order to prepare all of these ice molds, it's a production. So it takes some time to film up, put them away. We have 3, let alone 18, and making all of these specific recipes. This is hours upon hours of production to making these separate recipes, pouring them in, putting them in the fridge, taking them out and restocking them. This is time. You have to have a certain amount of wealth in order to have a certain amount of time, in order to spend hours a week on something as inconsequential as ice variety. The average person is not going to have the room for the ice to fit 20 ice molds, the money to buy all of this ice, or the time to consistently produce 20 varieties of ice. She's able to do this because this is her job. This video also directly appeals to aesthetic. She's appealing to people who aspire to health and wellness and to their better selves. And so there is an implication here that in order to be the best version of yourself, which I could say implications of health and wellness, like drinking more water, being more healthy and hydrated, live a life like this. This is what the it girls do. That girl does this. Nobody needs this much ice, let's be very clear. And ice videos to me are insane because they are aestheticizing water. Water is, it's not free because you have to pay for the water that comes into your tap, but like it's the closest thing to free of any beverage you could really find. So they're aestheticizing something that is free to get you to pay more money for something that you don't need to pay money for. Consumerism has gripped us so deeply, in my opinion, that we've come to aestheticizing ice. Thank you, Past Me. So, two notable things to talk about. Creating the ice is her job, and aestheticizing the ice. We'll talk about the aestheticizing first, I guess. I talked about aestheticizing water in that clip, and it's not just aestheticizing water. It's very layered. We have this is just visually appealing and satisfying. And we also have the layers of, at this point as well, it's not just water anymore. There's lots of different specialty concoctions. There's the organizational aspect of it and the productivity aspect of it. Somebody is so organized and has all of these trays, and their fridge is so aesthetic. And we make implications about their lives and the kind of person that they are. That maybe they're organized all together and you'd like to be organized, and you're viewing this video, this ice restock video, as the reminder that you would like to be more organized more generally, or more productive generally. And it's the ice that's leading to that more general inquiry, even if your own desires don't start and stop with ice. Maybe in good health, or we associate somebody using this kind of ice with somebody who is on top of their health and their wellness. Again, you kind of need to be organized a bit to do that. People also can view somebody who is participating in good diet and exercise as also somebody who is productive. People aspire to be the kind of person who does these things, the kinds of person who drinks a lot of water, and the kind of person who exercises, the kind of person who eats well. I'm sure we could think about more things, and all of this is done with the water, and it's done via aspiration. And this is a form of aspirational marketing in a sense, because she is still selling us stuff. Or people can even just aspire to be wealthy enough to live like this. People want to own enough money so they could buy more things, so they can have a bigger house and a bigger fridge. They can buy more stuff, etc., etc. It is an unachievable reality, even if she likes the ice, because her job that day was to make the ice, as I was saying in the video. The average person, however, they don't get paid to refill their ice drawer. They have to do it on their own free time. Whereas her paycheck that day or that week came from her making the ice. You don't have that luxury. We have the extra layer now, though, that she didn't actually make this content because she liked it. I think many of us assume that a content creator is making content because they like it, and because we say something enough, we can make that assumption. Well, she must be eating all of her ice, or she must like ice, or she never would have made these videos. We can assume that people's videos are somehow representative of their likes and interests, or representative of their life in some way. And creators bank on that when they make videos, when in reality, her ice restocks are not representative of her likes or interests, but what she can monetize. It may be obvious to you that influencers are not showcasing reality just on the job portion, but it's this connection to, well, she's doing something that I would want to do, or I would want for myself, which can make us feel like there is still even a semblance of truth in there, a semblance of their life. And it's also like, it's not immediately obvious to all folks, nor do I blame anybody for believing this to be reality, when she and other influencers have gone to great lengths to try to convince us that this is reality. The fact that she has now said this isn't reality, and that she doesn't actually like the things that she's making, and people are okay with it, that is also what is bothersome to me. We are okay with people constructing false realities or false representations of their lives so they can sell us things. This is all a backdrop to sell us stuff. Do not tell me that it's just ice. This speaks to the foundational problem, the very crux of what a lot of influencers are doing, which is constructing false realities and creating aspirational content so we can buy things that we don't need and also or buy things in order to live like them. The lives of strangers should not be the yardstick in which we measure our own lives. They should not be our metrics of success or happiness. Our own yardsticks should not be other people. This at its core requires us to compare our lives to other people, which is entirely how many of us got to overconsume at all. Comparing our lives to other people keeps us focused on what we don't have, on what other people have. This can lead us to be happy and discontent with our lives, with our stuff and who we are, because we don't look like them, live like them, have as much money as them, have the kinds of things that they have. But they don't live our lives. They don't live our realities, and we don't live theirs. Who cares if she has a colossal fridge and long black hair? You're not her. I'm not her, right? You're not me. I'm not you. Aspiring to live like other people can keep us so focused on them that we ignore our own reality. And it can keep us so focused on others. We can miss out on what we do have, how great our lives are, and what makes us happy as individual people. In addition, a lot of this content is made to get us to buy more stuff, either directly through the Amazon link or indirectly through this aspirational lens. Aspirational shopping can be a particularly slippery slope when we buy things in order to be different people or attempt to lead different lives. This can come from a tremendous place of insecurity or our own ways of getting quick fixes to problems that don't have quick fixes. Buying ice molds are not going to make you a healthier person. Even if you use these ice molds because they're cute and you use them more, you aren't inherently a healthier person because you now drink ice. You're more hydrated. That's great. But that doesn't make us a fundamentally different person. The thing that makes us a different person or get different results are our habits and our behaviors. Buying stuff has been pitched to us, long before TikTok as ways to fix our problems. But these are quick fixes. You can't fix problems with stuff. I'm somebody who did this for years. I bought things at a place of insecurity. And guess what? My new blazer didn't make me more confident. My new ice molds didn't make me more healthy. Our stuff doesn't change who we are. We change who we are. Our stuff doesn't change our reality. We change our reality. And sometimes our reality doesn't need to be changed, and we don't need to live a life like other people. So this entire video is not really about the ice molds. It's about what constructing these false narratives, well, one, that it happens, and two, that it can affect us so negatively. And, just comparing our lives to things that aren't real. She did not like the ice molds that she was creating, but convinced many of us that she did, or that we should live like that. Like, we should live like somebody who isn't even living that reality. So that's the video for today. I would like to hear your thoughts on it. I'm curious to hear what you think. Thank you so much for watching and being here today. I would love if you would subscribe to catch more content like this, and I hope to see you again around here soon.